You're lying in your warm crib. Soft golden light filters through thin curtains, casting strange shadows on the wall. Mom's voice, the exact one you still recognize in a split second even today, softly sings a lullaby. You reach up with your tiny hands, smiling that toothless, pure, happy smile, while Dad clicks away with an old camera. The smell of warm milk, fresh blankets, and Mom's perfume fills the air. Your heart beats fast, fast from pure, unfiltered joy. This is your very first day in the world. You feel completely safe, and then everything vanishes. Completely. Forever. It's as if an invisible hand grabbed a giant eraser and wiped out those first years of your life in one swipe. Why can't you remember being a baby? Why do you clearly remember falling off your bike at age 5 and scraping your knee until it bled, but everything before age 3 is just a black hole, total emptiness, absolute nothing? But wait, this is only the beginning, and here's where things get really interesting. You're not alone in this. Literally every single person on the planet deals with this weird phenomenon. In 1895, psychologist Caroline Miles published the first formal report in the American Journal of Psychology. She surveyed hundreds of adults and got a shocking result. Almost no one remembers anything from life before ages 3 to 3.5. The average age of our earliest memories is exactly 3 years and 1 month. This isn't random. It's an ironclad rule that holds across every culture, every country, every person without exception. But this still isn't the strangest part. Picture the contrast. In nature, the exact same thing happens with animals. Baby rats, mice, and many other mammals first form vivid, sharp memories. This cage is dangerous. This smell means Mom, she'll protect me. Then, when they grow up, those memories simply disappear, as if they never existed. Scientists at New York University, led by Christina Alberini in 2017, ran a series of experiments and proved it. Early memories in animals don't vanish completely. They're stored deep in the brain but become inaccessible for conscious recall. You can only wake them up with special neuron stimulation. Nature built it this way on purpose. But right now, as an adult, everything feels different for you. You're sitting here watching this video thinking, I'm an adult, I have a great memory, I remember tons of details from my life. So why did nature treat us so cruelly? Why did it erase exactly your babyhood? You're already asking yourself, maybe babies just can't form memories at all. Most scientists in the 20th century were convinced of that. The hippocampus, the brain's main memory center, supposedly wasn't mature yet in infants. The prefrontal cortex was still developing too. No language, no sense of I as a separate person. It all seemed logical. But hold on tight, because science has just flipped everything upside down, and it changes absolutely everything you thought you knew about your own childhood. In March 2025, the prestigious journal Science dropped a bombshell. Research by Tristan S. Yates from Yale University, he's now at Columbia, and his team. For the first time in history, they performed functional MRI scans on awake infants from 4 months to 2 years old. No sedation, no drugs, in real time. They showed the babies new photos of faces, objects, and scenes. Then the same photos reappeared later. The scientists watched. If the infant's hippocampus lit up brighter during the first viewing, the baby looked longer and more intently at that exact old image later. That's the classic time-tested sign of recognition and memory. The stunning conclusion? Starting around 1-year-old, infants are already encoding episodic memories in the hippocampus. They remember, but as an adult you can't pull those memories out of your head. The problem isn't that the memories were never formed. The problem is that they can't be retrieved, but even this isn't the strangest part yet. Now the ladder of revelations goes deeper and darker. Patricia Bauer at Emory University, one of the world's leading experts on child memory development, ran a brilliant long-term experiment in 2013 to 2014 that made it into textbooks. She video recorded 3-year-olds describing very recent events in their lives: a trip to the zoo, a birthday party, a visit to grandma, their first train ride. Everything was carefully documented. Then she interviewed the exact same kids again at ages 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The results blew the scientific world away. 7-year-olds remembered only 64% of events from when they were 3. 8-year-olds remembered just 36%. 9-year-olds remembered only 34%. Somewhere around age 7, your brain flips on a true forgetting mode. That's exactly when childhood officially starts to erase itself. Bauer called it the onset of childhood amnesia. And right here we reach the real hidden mechanism that's working inside you right now. Why does your brain do this to you? The answer lies in explosive, insane growth. In the first years of life, the hippocampus generates millions of new neurons every single second. Neurogenesis in the dentate gyrus runs at maximum, almost frantic speed. These new neurons weave into existing neural circuits and overwrite them. It's like your brain's operating system upgrading from an ancient version to a modern one, and all the old files simply get wiped because they're no longer needed for the new architecture. The Queensland Brain Institute in Australia explains it perfectly. This explosive neurogenesis destroys the early memory networks. Your brain literally sacrifices your baby memories to build you, the adult who speaks, thinks, and navigates complex social interactions. But wait, there's one more crucial layer that makes everything even more fascinating. Language. Until around age 2, you couldn't build a coherent story. You couldn't tell yourself inside your head, "Today I fell off the swing, Mom hugged me, she smelled like her favorite perfume, and I felt completely safe." Without language, memories stay raw and pre-verbal, just a jumble of sensations and images with no plot. When language finally arrives, bam! The brain demands full narratives, stories with a beginning, middle, and end. The old files don't fit the new format anymore. They simply disappear. It's like trying to open an old file in a modern program. The system can't read it and deletes it forever. And now the biggest twist, the real villain of this story. The villain isn't illness, random trauma, or even Sigmund Freud, who in 1905 proposed that we repress sexual memories of birth and early childhood. Total nonsense. No scientific evidence for that idea has ever been found. The real villain is evolution itself, a hidden, ruthless mechanism of nature. In her 2017 work, Christina Alberini called it a critical period of learning to learn and remember. Evolution built it this way on purpose. Early memories actually get in the way of further development. They're too chaotic, too overloaded with raw sensory input and no structure. In order for you to learn complex language, build a stable sense of I, understand social rules, and survive in this world, the brain has to completely rebuild its architecture. And the price of that rebuild is the total erasure of your first 3 years of life. This isn't a bug. It's a feature. Evolution chose forgetting so you could become a full human being. But even after all of this, the memories didn't disappear without a trace. Now let's paint one incredibly cinematic scene, as if you're watching a slow-motion shot from a Hollywood movie. You are a 2-year-old in the children's hospital. You just fell off a high slide at the playground and badly scraped your knee. Blood runs down your leg. You're screaming in pain. Mom holds you in her arms, crying herself but smiling through the tears and whispering in a shaky voice, "It's going to be okay, my sunshine. Mommy's here. Mommy's with you. I'll never leave you." The doctor in the white coat gives you a shot. The sharp smell of antiseptic, the cold metal of the exam table, the bright lights overhead, Mom's voice trembling but still warm and familiar. Patricia Bauer's research showed that kids this age remember those details for years. Even 5 years later, they can describe exactly who said what, how the room smelled, and what color the bandage was. But by age 7, it's all gone. The scene dissolves into fog. You will never see Mom's tears in your mind again. You won't consciously remember that shot, but your brain stored it at a body level. That's exactly why, as an adult, you still flinch at needles and white coats even though you don't remember why. That memory lives inside you on a subconscious level and shapes your reactions every single day. And here's the finale that completely flips how you see your entire life. Those early memories didn't vanish without a trace. They are living inside you right now, in your deepest fears, in your ability to trust people, in your attachments to loved ones, in the way you react to certain smells, sounds, and touches from childhood. Christina Alberini and her team proved it in animals and confirmed it in humans. Even if you don't remember a specific episode, the brain kept the imprint of the experience, and that imprint shapes you every day, every minute. You are the sum of everything you forgot. Think about that right now while you're watching this. That tiny baby you can't remember is the actual foundation of your entire life. That baby learned to trust the world when you couldn't even say the word mommy. That baby experienced the first real pain, the first unconditional love, the first real fear, and it willingly erased itself so you could become the person you are today. You don't remember the baby, but the baby still remembers you, and that baby is the real silent author of your entire story. Now, the biggest, most personal question I'm leaving you with: what if your brightest memories right now The moments when you hold your own child, hug your parents, or laugh until you cry with the person you love will one day be erased exactly the same way for some future version of you. For the adult you'll become decades from now, you don't remember your beginning, but that beginning made you who you are. And maybe that's exactly why life feels so precious, because we are all walking archives of the forgotten, and that's what makes us human. That little kid inside you is still alive. He's proud of you. And now that you know this, you look at your life in a completely different way. Thanks for walking this path with me. If this video made you think, hit that like button, drop your earliest memory in the comments, and share it with a friend. See you in the next video. And remember, you're not alone in this strange, beautiful world of forgotten childhood.